82 points was the margin last time you played Carlton. How important is it to prove, I guess, where you're at tomorrow night?
Yeah, well, probably that was the moment in the season where we recognised we just couldn't stop leaking goals like we were. You know, it was a big stage for us, big game for our club and the competition. Really, Good Friday's a marquee game, and yeah, we were well below our best that particular day. So we needed to make some changes. You know, it wasn't just that game, but it had been the 5 games preceding that we just leaked too many goals. So we went to work on trying to change some things with our game, and I think since that period of time we've been a lot better in that space. You know, we've been harder to play against, harder to score against, and it's had us in games of footy a lot more consistently over that period of time. So that we got the same opponent as we had in that clash on Good Friday in Carlton, and yeah, that will be the true test for us when we get to play against exactly the same personnel as what we played in round 6, and just see just how much we have improved in that space.
You speak of the improvement. What have you liked so far with this group? You can see the improvement coming.
Yeah, well, part of it is exactly that, just making sure we've got really strong synergy with the way that we defend the oval, and if we defend that oval well enough, then it'll give us opportunities for turnovers higher up the ground, and allow us to be able to perhaps score better as well. So we're not anywhere near where we want to be in that space, but with the work that we've done, we've shown that we're on the right track, and I think the football world has seen we've been more competitive in games. You know, we've won a couple, we've drawn another. Three we've lost by close margins, and another game against Collingwood at top of the ladder for a reason, but we're 3 points down at 3/4 time, ended up blowing out in the last quarter. But you know, we've been really competitive the last 7 games, and given our players' belief, our fans' belief, and the wider football competition belief that we're on the right track to getting back up the ladder again.
Carlton are a bit undermanned. Is there a sense of belief that maybe you can catch them at the moment?
Well, we're not really in control of that. We've just got to play the 23 jumpers that run out there for the Carlton side. But you know, we've the real beauty about these sides that have been consistent finals performers and consistent winning sides is their system is the thing that makes them into a good side. And in most instances, obviously you like your best players out there all the time, but usually when a couple of them aren't there, guys step into those roles and play them pretty well anyway. So we just got to be mindful of just trying to play the way that we need to play. And as I said, the stuff that we've been working on particularly strongly over the last 6 or 8 weeks has been around our defensive action, and that was the area of the game that Carlton cut us to pieces with on Good Friday. So we're hoping to be a bit better in that space.
But given they will field a slightly different team, do you prepare differently considering the last time you met them? No,
not really. Yeah, they've got good players across all lines, so we just need to go and play our game, and hope that we've seen improvement enough in our game to be more competitive this time around than what we were last time.
Charlie's been named to play. Are you surprised with how quickly he's come back?
No, we're quite. Yeah, we played Cam Zuhar in a similar sort of situation last week. So some guys have little niggles here and there, and you know, they probably protected him a little bit by taking him out of the game when they did last week. You know, they had a good lead early in the game against West Coast, so they could have perhaps afford to take that luxury of resting him and not doing any further damage, if there is any damage there at all. So, but you know, Vossi's the best bloke to speak to about what happens with the Carlton side, but we'll be preparing for the side that's been picked by Carlton, and at the minute that's got Charlie in it. So, yeah, we'll need to be preparing for their best.
And now your own Charlie, sorry, he's also been named. Are you surprised with how quickly he's turned around too?
Yeah, well, with some of it was just a hairline fracture of his scapula, and I've seen that many times before. I mean, when I was at Hawthorn, Campbell Brown had something very similar, and he was able to play in a really quick period of time and not miss much footy. So sometimes it just becomes you know, the unfortunate part about our game is if you're going to get knocked and bashed and crashed around a little bit, but you know, it nearly becomes a pain tolerance thing then, and just a little bit of discomfort, and I'm sure that's going to happen at some stage in the game with with Charlie, but yeah, he's been able to get himself right, and he did a really strong rehab over the last couple of days and a couple of weeks, and got himself in a position where he's available to play.
So he's not underdone at all?
No, he's good as gold. He's been able to do all the training this week, and we just needed to rest it last week just to let the trauma of the bleeding and that sort of stuff just settle down. And once that settled down, he's been good as gold. I think he surprised himself, let alone us, that he's going to be available to play this week. His improvement in the last 6 or 7 days has been extraordinary.